Hey everybody, Pam Bam Richard here, and welcome to episode 10 of the Bomberman Hero playthrough. Before we move on to Planet Mazone, first off we're going to be showing off this 5 rank run of Bomberman from Canatia, and essentially a lot of the help that came to getting this 5 rank was the 4 firepower there. So it really did help during the transitions of when the boss brought up the shield and for getting some more range for picking up extra lucky hits, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Get your 4 power as soon as you can. It sort of helps with getting the proper hitboxes on Bomberman, but this run was a little bit scary for myself personally because I had quite a number of close calls, as you saw there, when I tried to avoid that tornado stream and just with getting the 5 rank here, because I was just 30 points away from missing that 5 rank. But that's our 5 rank here, 7,030 points. You could get better in other runs, but I'm just glad I got in the end. There's our points for all of the stages there, which gives us our gold medal. Alright, now on to the actual live recording. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, we're now going to be entering our new planet here, Planet 4 Mazone, starting off with Hopperland in Louie's Jungle. Alright, so here we go, we have ourselves a little bit of a cutscene right over here for Louie's Jungle, and yeah, this is the point where we are going to start to see some more callbacks to some old school Bomberman games. Now, those are the Bomberman games that I didn't really grow up with personally, games like Super Bomberman 94 and Super Bomberman 3, but it turns out that Louie, or Rui if you prefer, actually is an inhabitant of this planet, and we are actually going to ride him. So this will be a little bit fun because actually I very much enjoy these mechanics personally because it kind of reminds me of how a Mario game works, but you do lose Bomberman's identity in terms of throwing bombs. You can't throw bombs in this mode, but Louie can jump and he can stomp on enemies, and when he jumps against a wall, tilt the stick in the opposite direction to do a wall jump while pressing A. So that's pretty much Louie's shtick here, and he only gets 2 levels in this game, but they're a lot of fun and very they're very platformy. Like, there's a huge emphasis on platforming compared to the other stages, and that's basically what Louie's all about. You don't have to throw bombs and worry about distance and things like that. It's as if you're not playing a Bomberman game at all. Which, I mean, you're like, keeping it in the realm of this game, you're still jumping and you're still exploring. So, in the realm of this game, I welcome it, but it feels like any other Bomberman game, like Bomberman 64, if all of a sudden Bomberman can jump, then it'd be a little bit jarring. But for this game, it works fine because, again, you could already jump naturally here in this game if that's not enough to put you away too. So, why not have somebody else join in the fray? And Louie certainly fits that mold here with this stage right over here. So with Hopperland here, the target score for the 5 rank is 5,000 points. I believe we should be able to, actually there's no ad hoc bomb here in this stage, so you gotta make sure to get all the enemies here, and make sure to collect all the gems. There's no leeway in this stage this time. That also involves exploring to make sure that you get these frogs here. Generally they do have a tail with the gems that appear right in front of the frogs to sort of like bait you into getting hit by them, but that one frog over there that I killed was the only one that didn't really have much of a tail to know that it's there. Unless you were to go that way in order to get the gem, but we got the gem in a different, through a different route, essentially. Unfortunately, you don't get bonus points for stomping on multiple enemies in succession in a single jump, which, oh well, you know, I mean, you can't really get that much of an advantage. It would have been nice to have gotten some kind of gift for platforming pretty well, but you can't really tell how the AI would behave, so I don't mind either way. And besides, the target score here isn't really that hard to reach either, so honestly, all we have to do now is to just climb up here with our back-to-back wall jumps here, and essentially we'll just need to get this gem right here, and get this heart right over here, and hop on over here to get our final points. Gotta make a pretty interesting jump right there, but we're able to make it just fine. I feel like we're missing a diamond somewhere. Give me a moment here. Oh yes, the diamond is right here, which does require you to practice your wall jumping here. So you gotta wall jump at a particular point of the wall in order to get that diamond. So I was a bit too high there at that point, so we're gonna try like this, and there we go. So yeah, that's pretty much the first of 2 of Louis' stages here. I would have loved to have seen a boss fight that involved Louis. I mean, heck, we had the bomber copter with Baruda, so why not have Louis? But yeah, spoiler alert, there's no boss fight that involves Louis. But oh well, I guess to keep Bomberman's identity of throwing bombs, right? But there's our 5 rank. Okay, next up we have Jun Falls here. Very odd name, but here we're going to be fighting against the water current, and in the water there's also some collectibles and enemies to destroy as well, and it ends up at that waterfall right over there, where obviously if you fall into it, you will lose yourself a life. Yeah, so yes, the target score is 4,000 points here. We have ourselves a new enemy type here that can throw its hair like a boomerang, in a way, and it'll come right back to it. And it can also jump too, so it's a bit of an interesting enemy type, but it's just kind of hard to damage it when you're standing on top. So try not to cheese it like that, just make sure to be in the same, be on the ground and try to kill it, essentially. So now we're just going to be using these lifts here. I'm pretty sure these lifts appeared in the previous stage, correct me if I'm wrong, but basically you just gotta have an explosion occur around it in order to get them to go up and down. So those are the enemies that are in the water there, the fish enemies, just like in Primus Star. And also like in Primus Star, we have the flowers back from Grug's Hill here. So we just gotta wait for it to open up. Come on, open wide. And there we go, we got ourselves like 300 points here. There are 2 exits to this stage. They're very simple to find. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they're so simple to find now, compared to others. Well, actually, you know what? Thinking about the other stages, they were pretty easy to find as well, as long as you're able to explore, but they weren't as blatant as the ones in the later stages. I don't know why they decide to have extra exits outside of... I mean, honestly, they could have just, like, done a natural progression of stages, but I guess in terms of the plot, air quotes, it kind of shows, where you can go and sort of quicken the game up a little bit, so I can understand that, but it's just a bit of a disservice to sort of like not show off all the stages that you have. But oh well. So the first exit is right there. That will take us to Freeze Lake, and that's the one that we'll actually be taking at the end of the stage, even though it's not the one that we naturally progress to if we got the 5 rank here, but I'll get to that later why we're doing that. But yeah, we have a couple more points here to pick up here, and there's our first ad-hoc bomb, also in plain sight. Yeah, the ad-hoc bombs have also been suffering in terms of how easy they've been able to find as well. It kind of makes me wonder if, like, the game, they tried to rush it in the end or something along those lines. I don't know, because there are certainly some elements that do feel rushed, and we'll talk about that when the time comes. But yeah, it's just that it kind of feels like they're sort of phoning in the ad-hoc bombs after they get to Planet 4, essentially, because they're kind of like not much of a challenge to pick up anymore. Okay, so gotta make sure to destroy this flower right over here, open wide. And then after we do that, there should be one more flower on the top here, and at the same time, there will also be a wall-through item. So we'll need that in order to get the ad-hoc bomb, as we have done previously, I believe in Primus Star as well. It's just going to be a little bit of an issue trying to kill this flower here, considering how strong our blast radius is, but thankfully we're able to kill it right there, and we got... Actually, where is the wall-through item? Give me a moment, I'm going to find that wall-through item. I don't know why I'm missing it right now. Okay, I'm an idiot. The wall-through item is right over here on top of the stump. So now that we have that, we're going to pick up our ad-hoc bomb over here, and that'll give us the 5 rank. It'll guarantee it. And the second exit's right here. We're not going to take it because the stage that leads to is the stage I want to end this episode off with, because I really do enjoy that level compared to other levels that ended off Area 1. But here we're going to take this exit here to finish off the stage and get our 5 rank. So I actually reversed the exits. The one that was at the top of the stage led you to Freeze Lake, which was what I wanted to do next. So we're going to be doing that here right now. There's going to be a Bomber Marine segment, and the target score for it is 6.5k points. However, there is this one gimmick to this stage that is pretty bothersome. There are these ice shards here everywhere, and you can get above the target score. I just don't know which elements allow you to do that. Either they're gems at a certain point, or maybe these icicles here. But you get 100 points for each one that you destroy. The big thing here are those big ice blocks. They can essentially crush you from above, but the thing is, their line of sight, just like the bacteria in that skull dragon back in Canatia, is just as good. And because of that, you really have to float upwards in order to make sure that you can dodge each and every one of them. Because if you don't, then you're going to be caught completely off guard if you don't think about going... See, just like that. Did you know that there were 2 of them? You probably saw 1, not 2. So, look how far I am. Like, I'm not even, like, remotely close to it, yet it decides to drop it home towards you. And, I don't know, it's just... I mean, I got used to it, but back then, like, when I was practicing this stage, it definitely became a bit of an issue, especially when I was trying to go for the 5 rank here. Watch, I'm not even going to be close to it. Look, it's going to start to try to crumble me here, but looks like we're all good. But when you do that, as long as you stay in the above upper level of the stage, then you should be fine in terms of avoiding them all. The other gimmick here that is a bit of a nuisance is collecting the gems that are in front of the jet streams here. You have to swim towards the jet stream, so that way you can pick up the items that you need. But before doing that, it's best to make sure that you activate these large ice blocks here, so that they don't crush you while you're trying to get these items, because in order to get them, it's pretty much common sense. Just make sure to push yourself towards the jet stream and make sure to get the gems while you're being pushed away. But sometimes, like, their range is a little bit too much as well. Like, there, I was barely able to get that red gem there, but I'd rather get the red gem than not get it, because, again, this stage does have quite a bit of leeway in terms of how much points you can get there. So I'm good with getting both of the red gems there. I spent quite a bit of time trying to get both the blue and red gems the first time I was playing through this, and yeah, then I learned that you didn't really need to get them all, because this stage does give you some leniency in terms of how many points you need at the end of the stage. As long as my progression is the same as practice, then everything should be fine. But yeah, there's going to be more of these ice blocks over here, so this is pretty much like the general... So this is pretty much the general gimmick of this stage, just constant large ice blocks falling from above. Once you know how to stay in the upper level of the stage, then everything should be fine. Doing that, as well as destroying any ice shards that could be in your way while adjusting to the jet streams. Proved to be a little bit annoying in terms of trying to aim for these torpedoes here, those cannons there, but, you know, it's not so much of an issue here. I'm going to try to outrun the iceberg, see if we can do it. We totally did it, wow. But we're going to get hit by that. Well, hollow victory in the end, wasn't it? Oh, there was another one right there. See, like, you can't even tell if you're to go through the stage, just from the bottom level, then you're going to get crushed by those things, and it's, like, kind of hard to tell where those things are sometimes. I mean, that's pretty much the gist of the level, though. Just constantly looking out for those ice blocks and whatnot. And I think this is pretty much one of our final Bomberman levels. Yeah, it pretty much is. There is something that does involve the Bomberman, but it's a little bit different than the others. But in terms of regular stage progression, it's pretty much one of the last ones that we have with the Bomberman. Unfortunately, from what I understand, we're done with the Bombercopter. At first I didn't really like the Bombercopter when I played this game when I was a kid, but then after some time I grew to like it, and its controls are very much more stable compared to a certain other power gear that I used to like back when I was younger. I thought I was going to explode into that set piece at the ceiling there, but thankfully it did not. I'm going to target this other icicle right over there. You'll see the jet stream right there, close to those gems. Unfortunately, that means you can't swim towards it. You actually have to swim from behind, but you also have to be mindful of the huge... Oh, geez, am I close to that one? Yeah, we're gonna try to activate that huge ice block over there, which I think we just did right now there. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous line of sight right there. Oh, geez, that one too is just as ridiculous. Just please swim away from that. All of them are equally ridiculous, but the positioning of that one was more ridiculous than the other one. But yeah, you gotta swim back in order to get those 2 gems, which is a bit of a nuisance again, because you're fighting with the jet stream here, which has a lot more pressure than the Bomberman, and having to move back with the Bomberman is a little bit annoying, but not too much of an issue when you're trying to swim backwards and actually aim for things. I think that has to be the last of our gigantic ice blocks here. One of them has to be a heart. Please be a heart piece. Please be a heart piece. Thank you. I'm gonna try to clear all the enemies here first before I get that heart piece there, because I do not want to be caught off guard while picking it up, but I think we're pretty much safe. There's gonna be another ice box coming from above. Where is it? Oh, it didn't actually see me yet. I'm actually surprised it didn't see me yet. I think now when I pick up the heart piece, it's gonna try to take me down. Oh, never mind. It's a lot farther than I thought. Okay, now it's gonna try to take me down, I'm pretty sure, as I get a little bit closer to that gem there. Oh yeah, jeez. I thought there was another one right behind it. Jeez, that's so annoying. But okay, so there's some more ice blocks there. Very nice, but actually not nice at all. But I mean, we're getting close to our target score here, so we can pretty much just book it for the end of the stage, as long as we get rid of that one ice shard there, while making sure we don't get mauled. See, that's what I'm talking about with the homing for the bombs in Bomberman, and same with the bomber jet as well. Like, they both, like, they home, which is okay, but they don't home well, which does, oh jeez, which does tend to throw me off sometimes in terms of how far I should go and whatnot. But we should be fine now at this point. Let's just destroy one of these ice shards here, 2 of them, very nice, which will get us our 5 rank with 6.7k points. So clearing that would bring us to Area 2, but we still have one stage to go. The stage I want to end off this episode with, Cool Cave. Now, Cool Cave, the target score here is 4.5k points, and I like this stage just as much as I like Dark Maze, because it's very technical as well. Not so, more so technical in terms of when you should pick up the bomb at the right time, except for this one part at the very beginning here. It's more so technical in terms of just the mechanics, the platforming and whatnot. And we have to use the bomb here first to pick up these 2 items here, and now we can pick up the ice bomb. So the ice bombs here, I'm pretty sure they only appear in this stage, but what they do essentially, they essentially allow you to freeze enemies, and then you can use them as platforms. So you have to practice a bit of patience here with the enemies that you face, because they can either be in 2 different positions, upright like that, or standard height by going downwards, and you gotta have them at certain altitudes, certain heights, in order to get to certain parts of the stage. So I froze that enemy way too early, I think, unless I could use it as a pedestal to reach the item up here. Nope, we need to be tall, and you might have caught a glimpse of it, but yes, I need to be tall in order to pick up the adduct bomb that's resting above it. So the shtick is, whenever these enemies do shift their positioning, they would fire a laser, so you gotta make sure to avoid them before firing the ice bomb, or if you're brave enough, just fire the ice bomb anyway. But yeah, there's a lot of depth to this stage. That's what makes Bomberman Hero great. There's a lot of exploration, there's a lot of the technical stuff with the ice bombs and its mechanics, and yeah, there's an adduct bomb here as well, so that adduct bomb is actually pretty much well hidden compared to the other adduct bombs, in my opinion. So I'm glad we were able to pick it up that way. And of course, spike traps. Spike traps are definitely a Bomberman Hero trope that it abuses quite a bit, but they're not as insane as that one spike trap in Dark Maze. Glad we don't have to go through that again. But yeah, there's still quite a bit of paths that we can explore here. Just to demonstrate, yeah, the ice bombs don't work with that platform there. It has to be a regular explosion. I wonder if we could actually platform. No, we can't. I don't want to risk it. Let's try to make it encased in ice again, and then use the momentum after landing on it to jump forward and edge guard to grab the diamond there. But yeah, so again, I really do like this stage because it requires you to do quite a bit. Unfortunately, I do have to drag this enemy a little bit closer to me so I could get that red gem from above. Come on, I'm pretty sure your walk animation can reach it. Don't go away from there. Don't give me a reason to hate this stage. I've never had this much issue with it before. Okay, I think this is a good enough distance, so we're gonna use our jump momentum to pick up that red gem. And thereafter, that's pretty much the first half of the stage here. The next half is going to be a little bit more of the same, but again, I like this kind of stuff. It's just showing off the mechanics in a nice light there. And we have some long jumping too in terms of platforming. So everything is starting to like grow up in terms of level design and more. I don't think there's anything there. So we're going to climb down here in order to grab this this diamond right over there. Water acts as it always has for Bomberman. If you touch it, you will get hurt. I can't think of Bomberman games where Bomberman can swim outside of this one, obviously, with the Bomberman Marine, but that's with support. But when it comes to Bomberman's innate ability, I can't think of any other games where he does actually go into water. I mean, he touches water. I remember Bomberman 64, the second attack, where he would go through like water slides and stuff like that, but not actually swimming through water on his own without the help of a peripheral or a buddy or something along those lines. But yeah, so we're getting to the second part of the stage over here, which is going to be more of some more platforming now. So this stage also not only involves horizontal exploration, but vertical scaling as well. So that's why I pretty much like this stage. It involves like all the elements that I enjoy about this game so far in a platforming sense. So I think we're pretty much nearing the end here. Just 300 points to go to get the 5 rank. We have 50 points leeway thanks to the attic bomb. I think this guy has to be tall in order to reach it. I'm going to try anyway. Yeah, he has to be tall in order to reach that platform there. So gotta wait for this guy to wake up. And the elemental bombs, because I actually played this game after I played Bomberman 64, the second attack. Seeing the elemental bombs was a nice welcoming thing to see, because after playing Bomberman 64, the second attack, I was curious to know what other games included elemental bombs, because I never saw that in Bomberman 64, nor did I see that in Pocket Bomberman. So to actually see that in this game was a little bit welcoming and awesome for me back when I was younger. So there's 2 more paths here to take. Oh geez, please don't home at me. This platform is so small to maneuver around, but thankfully we froze the enemy here at the right spot here. I think, well actually no, we could jump over here to get our red gem here. We're down 100 points in order to pick up our 5 rank. I really hope I'm not missing something. Curse aside, actually I do see something that's floating above here. Alright, 1 up. Very nice. Okay, so we're good for the target score. I just have to wait until this guy thaws out so that way I could use him when he grows taller. And then we'll be able to finish off Area 1 of Mazone and finish off this episode with our 5 rank of the entire area. Come on, let's do it. Very nice. Okay, the other gem should be... Actually, no, there's no other gem. We're fine. 4.5k. We're good. 5 rank. We're done. And that is it for this episode of Bomberman Heroes. So, in the next episode, we'll be moving on to Area 2 of Planet Mazone, the Slush Mountains. So, until next time, take care.